जय शंकर। परम पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरणों में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। विल स्टार्ट विद द सभा प्रारंभ प्रार्थना। ओम दक्षिणस्य समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंता स्मर्या गुरु परंपरा श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। परिज्ञानाश्रम श्री गुरु शंकर परिज्ञानाश्रम शंकर सद्गुरु केशव वामन कृष्ण पांडुरंग आनंद परिज्ञान गुरु सद्योजात शंकर सद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
This presentation is a humble attempt to help understand the Sthan Mahatva of Mount Abu, Sant Sarovar Somashram, Giri Parampara, Pujya Shri Bade Swami Ji and Samvit Sadhanayan. Though Mount Abu is home to many ancient temples, tirthas, places of meditation and spiritual importance, we have not been able to cover all of them here. However, most of the important tirthas are mentioned. Intent is to create a contextual perspective for us sadhakas to view Mount Abu through, allowing us to perceive the subtle spandan and enrich our experience during this shibir. माउंट आबू राजस्थान का एक ही हिल स्टेशन है। अद्भुत क्षेत्र का वर्णन शिव पुराण और स्कंद पुराण में भी हुआ है। माउंट आबू में बहुत सारे तीर्थ स्थल और पुण्य क्षेत्र है। माउंट आबू से जोधपुर को बड़े स्वामी जी ने कुमारिका क्षेत्र बताया है। इतिहास में इस जगह को मरुदेश कहते हैं, विच मीन्स द डेजर्ट लैंड। यहाँ कई ऋषि मुनियों ने कई सालों तक तपस्या की है। परम पूज्य परिज्ञान आश्रम स्वामी जी तृतीय spent a few months in Mount Abu in 1970s. The Puranic story of Mount Abu, the Amrit Kundals. Mentioned in the Puranas, Gautam Rishi's wife demanded Amrit Kundals as a Guru Dakshina from Uttank Rishi. A Nag steals the Kundals and takes it to Patal Lok. Uttank Rishi seeks help from Indradev. Indradev uses his Vajra to dig a massive pit to reach the Nag. Agnidev assists Uttank Rishi in retrieving the Kundals. The massive pit created by Indradev's Vajra leads to a difficult situation for Rishi Vashisht. Devi Saraswati comes to the rescue. ऋषि वशिष्ठ उस गहरे खड्डे के पास रहते थे। एक दिन उनकी गाय कामधेनु नंदिनी उसमें गिर गई। ऋषि वशिष्ठ ने देवी का आवाहन किया, देवी सरस्वती का आह्वान किया और प्रार्थना की। देवी सरस्वती ने उस गड्ढे में जल भरा और नंदिनी तैर के बाहर आ गई। टू दिस डेट the Saraswati river's natural spring at Gaumukh can be seen on the way to Vashisht ashram. Arbudnag brings Nandivardhan. To prevent future issues with the pit, Rishi Vashisht requested Parvatraj Himalaya to help him. Parvatraj asked his son Nandivardhan to go and fill the pit. Nandivardhan requested the mighty serpent Arbudnag to help him reach from North India to West where the pit was located. Pleased with the outcome, Rishi Vashisht named Arbudachal after Arbudnag, which later got abbreviated to Abu. As per the Rishi's boon, 33 crore Devi and Devtas reside in Arbudachal. The vegetation of Mount Abu resembles that of the Himalayas. Vashisht Ashram. Rishi Vashisht came to Abu with the sole purpose of establishing and promoting dharma. Temple dedicated to Rishi Vashisht has beautiful idols of Vashisht, his consort Arundhati, and his disciples Lord Rama and Lakshman. You can also see the Yajna Kund where Rishi Vashisht created 4 new Kshatriya races to provide dharmic protection to everyone. Rishi Vashisht was also the guru of Nahusha, Rantidev, Lord Rama, and Bhishma. Achaleshwar Mahadev. Achaleshwar Mahadev manifested as a volcanic flame to bless the tapasya of Rishi Vashisht. Upon Rishi's request, Mahadev agreed to stay here and established an unshakable, achal faith in Dharma. Garbhaling is embedded in the volcanic rock where Lord Achaleshwar appeared. This is amongst the main tirthas of Mount Abu. In the outer parikrama, one can spot the samadhis of acharyas who performed penance here. Ruins of pathshalas indicate this was an ancient center of learning. Shri Paduka Mandir. A demon with the boon of being Ajar and Amar seized the Devlok. Devtas hid in Arbud forest and prayed to Devi for relief. Devi challenged the demon and defeated his army. Because of the boon, the demon could not be killed. So, Devi placed a rock on him and sat on it. Devotees began visiting for Devi's darshan, neglecting yajnas for the Devtas. Devtas prayed to Devi to return to her abode now that her mission was accomplished. Devi consented to leave her current abode and reside in a cave in Arbudachal. However, she left behind her sacred padukas to ensure that the demon doesn't rise again. Devi is believed to reside in the cave to this day. Pujya Shri built a temple where Devi left her footprints and ensured daily pujas. The holy padukas of the Supreme Mother carved on a rock just in front of our ashram. Pujya Shri used to ask the Samvit sadhakas to perform an anushthan here before initiating them into intense upasana. Bhagavati Arbuda Devi, Katyayani Shakti Peeth. Ma Adhar Devi is the Adhishtatri of the Arbud range and it's among the 51 Shakti Peethas. Adhar or the lips of Ma Sati fell here, hence the temple goes by the name Adhar Devi. A Danav named Shumb, who could only be killed by a female, took control of Trilok. Devtas prayed to Devi in Arbudachal. Devi defeated Shumb on the battlefield and promised to reside in the Vignaramya Gufa, which is Adhar Devi cave. The family of the priests that currently run the temple are Samvit Sadhakas and have been initiated by Pujya Shri. Guru Shikhar, dedicated to Lord Dattatreya. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak of the Arbud range. The shrine has its holy padukas at the very top of this hill. Many great saints and masters have done tapasya here. It has also temple dedicated to Lord Dattatreya's parents, Rishi Atri and Ma Ansuya. Duleshwar Mahadev Temple. Duleshwar Temple is mentioned in Shiv Puran. The story goes, a hunter was sitting hidden in the branches of Bilva tree, awaiting his prey. As he waited, he began to idly pluck the leaves of tree and dropping them onto the ground. Later, he slipped some water from his pouch, which accidentally fell on an ancient shivling hidden beneath the tree. Pleased by this unintentional act of reverence, Lord Shiva appeared and blessed the hunter. In his early years, Pujya Shri frequently visited this temple and performed puja. It was the sacred venue for the first Samvit Satra held by Pujya Shri during Gita Jayanti. Pujya Shri's foremost sannyasi Shishya, Param Pujya Hem Swamiji was the Mahant here for many years. Param Pujya Narayan Swamiji is currently the Mahant presiding in addition to Sant Sarovar. Kumari Temple, Delwara. Legend says that the Mool Sthan of the Kumari Mandir was where the Delwara Jain Temple currently stands. The builder of the Delwara Jain temples relocated the idols to the current location, though Pujya Shri and a few senior sadhakas believed that the original idol is still pratisthit inside the Jain temple and currently being worshipped at Kumari Mandir is a new one. The current temple complex houses the following temples: Devi Kanya Kumari, Hanumanji and Bhagwan Vishnu. Shankar Mat. Parashakti, the Divine Mother, inspired Bade Swamiji to come to Mount Abu. He accompanied Swami Maheshanand Giriji and established Shankar Mat, which was then a secluded monastery. Pujya Shri taught Vedant at Sri Shankar Mat. Shastra Adhyan continues to be taught there by learned Mahatmas till date. Here, Param Pujya Swami Maheshanand Giriji consecrated a Shivling over 10 feet tall. Mahadev was named Arbud Vishwanath. I now invite Gunjan to talk about Sambhidacharya's Giri Parampara and Pujya Shri.
This section elaborates our glorious Guru Parampara, starting with Sri Dakshinamurti Bhagwan, Lord Shiva as the Adi Guru, followed by various Samvid Acharyas leading up to Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya, the incarnation of Lord Dakshinamurti himself, gave the responsibility of studying and spreading the spiritual knowledge to the monks of the Vedic Paramhans Sannyas order. The members of this spiritual body are distinguished by 10 epithets: Giri, Puri, Bharati, Ashram, Tirth, Saraswati, Parvat, Van, Aranya and Sagar. In addition to the 4 cardinal mats established by him, he established many other mats for Vedic Prachar and Upasana. We now come to the Giri Parampara. Talking about Dada Guruji. He was born in a Saraswat Brahmin family near Bikaner in Rajasthan and took the sannyas diksha from Param Pujya Sri Girishanand Giriji Maharaj. Girishanand Swamiji were the 8th Pithadishwar of Surat Giri, Bangla, Kankhal, Haridwar. After spending years in Guru Seva, Dada Guruji were invited to ascend the Peeth as Mahamandaleshwar of the Sri Dakshinamurti Mat of Kashi, one of the many mats established by Adi Shankaracharya. He was also the Acharya of Sri Niranjani Akhada. Sri Dakshinamurti Mat in Varanasi is a typical example of Sri Shankar Bhagwat Pad's influence, serving as a link between the Kashmiri school of Trika in the north and Sri Vidya traditions of South India. Dada Guruji established the Sri Vishwanath Sannyas Ashram in 1951, making it the first Vedantic center in New Delhi, where Bade Swamiji met him for the first time. He led the spiritual activities at the Mat for 24 years. Param Pujya Sri Ishwaranand Giriji Maharaj, early years. Bade Swamiji were born in Tiruchengur, Tamil Nadu, where his mother regularly visited the Ardhanarishwar temple. He was a gold medalist in engineering and he left home after graduation to join the Ramakrishna mission. He travelled across India, including Uttarkashi, Almora and other sacred Himalayan sites to find a true master, meeting many sages, visiting several ashrams. In 1956, he experienced the glorious darshan of Mount Kailash and the holy Atmaling, which sparked an intense awareness and strong desire for Shastravat sannyas. Now, Swamiji had just one desire, to be only in silence. in the Mahamauna that fills and overflows from the vibrant Chidakash of Kailash. The grace and intuition conferred upon Pujya Shri by this experience led him to Dada Guruji, the master he had been seeking so ardently. Bade Swamiji described his journey of meeting Dada Guruji as follows. I had come all the way down from the heights of the Himalayas, hankering for the shelter of the Guru's gracious feet. Despite my doubts, after founding a Brahma Jnani in Delhi, I was drawn by reliable sources. I was warned to be cautious of the real master hidden beneath the opulence of Mandaleshwarship. But as I watched, he reached out to me and I felt the mother had claimed the child in a trice, once for all. Dada Guruji graciously ordained Swamiji into the Paramhans Sannyas order of Sri Adi Shankaracharya on the banks of the Shipra river in Ujjain in Lord Mahakal Sannidhi. Dada Guruji used to teach the Upanishads to a selected group of monks in the dark hours of pre-dawn, including Bade Swamiji. Pujya Shri spent 5 to 6 years at Sri Dakshinamurti Mutt studying the Shastras. Dada Guruji eventually left his pontificate to retire into solitude. Param Pujya Sri Ishwaranand Giriji Maharaj, Journey to Mount Abu. Pujya Shri recognized that Mount Abu is the place chosen for him. He was deeply moved by its serenity and sanctity. Mount Abu was like a replica of Mount Kailash, echoing the melodious silence of Sri Dakshinamurti. He spent time in Ekant, engaged in intense upasana, living in caves and experiencing a profound harmony with the natural beauty, which led to an intense love and connection with Bhagavati Arbuda Devi. Here you can see a picture of Trikanda. This cave is known as Pujya Shri Tapasya Bhumi. Gahaveshwar Mahadev resides here. Every Shivratri, Shiv Pujan is conducted by Samvit Sadhaks. We now conclude this section. I invite Divya to introduce Samvit Sadhanaya.
To understand Samvit Sadhanayan, it is important to talk about the physical space in which it was born. श्री सोमनाथ मंदिर संत सरोवर सोमाश्रम के नाम से भी जाना जाता है और इनका वर्णन स्कंद पुराण में भी हुआ है। सोमनाथ महादेव सर्वप्रथम ज्योतिर्लिंग है। ऋषि वशिष्ठ ने माउंट आबू में इनका आवाहन किया था। आर्किटेक्ट्स एंड क्राफ्ट्समैन सोमपुरा भी कहलाते हैं और सोमनाथ महादेव इनके इष्ट देव हैं। देलवाड़ा मंदिर के निर्माण के समय सोमपुरा यहाँ पूजा किया करते थे। 1970 से 2009 तक श्री सोमनाथ मंदिर के महंत पूज्य श्री थे। 2009 में बड़े स्वामी जी ने परम पूज्य सोम स्वामी जी को आश्रम सौंप दिया। परम पूज्य सोम स्वामी जी की समाधि के बाद 2021 से परम पूज्य नारायण स्वामी जी यहाँ के महंत हैं। With Achaleshwar on one side and Arbuda Devi on the other, Somnath ji is placed at the center of the line connecting these two pillars of light. The idea of Samvit Sadhanayan was born after Bade Swamiji left Shankar Mutt. Pujya Shri conducted his first Samvit Satra at Tuleshwar on Geeta Jayanti, after which the number of devotees coming to Swamiji for blessings began to steadily increase. Anyone who heard Bade Swamiji's Ashirvachans invariably wanted to hear him again and again. 1967 onwards, devotees started to connect from Jodhpur and Ahmedabad, and one amongst them was Srimati Ansuya Ben Sarabai, respectfully called Moti Ben. She was a freedom fighter and a close associate of Mahatma Gandhi ji. She was a true devotee. She realized the need for Swamiji's wisdom to reach a larger audience, and in 1970, with her encouragement, the outlines for a spiritual center were drawn and Pujyashri named it Samvit Sadhanayan. A search for suitable land to build the headquarters began, and in 1971, following the passing of the Mahant of a crumbling shrine of Sri Somnath, the people in charge invited Bade Swamiji to preside over the ashram. Ansuya Ben acquired the land surrounding Sri Somnath temple to house the center. A kutia named Anand Lahiri was dedicated to Samvit Sadhanayan. Pujyashri began his mission of sculpting the correct path for sadhana. Renovation of the Somnath temple began soon. New idols and 4 more Shivlingas, Satyajat, Vamdev, Aghor and Tatpurush were added in the temple. In 1978, the renovated shrine was consecrated according to the Vedic rites. Hundreds of Samvit sadhakas from across the country gathered for the consecration. Alongside the temple, the ashram was renovated. Slowly, the sadhakas began to build the kutirs, the rooms you see now. The 12 Jyotirlings around the ashram were added. The entire place was infused with spiritual energy. In addition to the 12 Jyotirlingas, which are on the circumference of the ashram, one can get the darshan of following deities: Garjani Mata, Somaskand, Shri Rajarajeshwari Ma, Nataraj, Paramba, 8 Ashtamurti Lingas, Ardhanarishwar, Surya Narayan Bhagwan, Ashtatikpal, Vidya Ganesh, Vedavyasa Bhagwan, Adi Shankaracharya, Mahamrityunjay Bhagwan, Bhajan Anjaneya, Shri Navgraha, Shri Gauri, Yogeshwar Krishna, Guru Mandir, and Shemushi, which was Bade Swamiji's abode and is now a Dhyan Kaksh as per their wishes. We would like to elaborate a little more on the philosophy of Samvit Sadhanayan inspired by Bade Swamiji's own words. It is dedicated to reviving India's ancient spiritual culture and mystical traditions. The entire approach here is Upanishadic, founded on the conviction that Vedant alone can uplift the country and preserve its pristine glory. Acharya Shankara, to whom Sadhanayan is dedicated, demonstrated this by rebuilding the nation based on Vedanta. The idea of Sadhanayan is to help sadhakas capture its inspirations and focus the entire force in their daily duties. As Pujyashri said, Sadhanayan is only a mirror, while the masters are the light. We propagate that light by allowing it to shine in our lives. The motto of Samvit Sadhanayan, Tanmayo Bhavet, has been taken from Mundaka Upanishad. Pranavo Dhanu Sharohyatma Brahmatal Lakshamuchyate Apramadena Vedhavyam Sharvat Tanmayo Bhavet. Tanmayo Bhavet is a universal call to man. It means you be one with that. That, in a characteristically Samvit way, explains Sadhanayan's approach and attitude to the real. We don't want to become something. We want to be that which is the essence of all that is. Of the twin approaches adopted for the realization of truth, that is, the analytical and the mystical, the path of Tanmayata leans more heavily towards the latter. Therefore, Samvit Sadhanayan, eager to preserve the mystical traditions of India, has chosen Tanmayo Bhavet as its motto. The monogram depicts soul evolution through karma, bhakti and yoga. First, we can see Mriga. It depicts the sadhana, the deer path. It stands for a sincere seeking. Just like the musk deer wanders hither and thither looking for the source of fragrance that lies within him, man also rushes around looking for the peace and bliss that actually lie within him. Then we see the bow and arrow. The seeker of the absolute truth has to turn into an arrow, swift, straight, strong, and supple, to aim at the distant target of Brahma, represented in the logo by a 16-petal flower. It is only when a sadhaka propels himself with utmost vigilance through the bow of his sadhana that he can hope to become tanmay or totally one with the target. The goal is the ever-blossoming 16-petal beauty. One may take it to mean the soul force, Shodash Kala Purusha, with its 16 aspects of the awareness. It may also stand for the 1000-petal lotus in the Sahasrara chakra of the psychic body. When this chakra opens out, when this lotus blooms, the sadhak is filled with inner bliss and he becomes a liberated being. In Indian symbology, the flower represents space, Akash. The concept of Nataraj also demonstrates the universal Spandan, and that is why his abode is Chidambara. Like the dance of Nataraj, the honeyed fragrant brilliance and beauty of flower stands for Jivan Mukti, a liberated life which is our ideal. Sadhana endeavors to make this fulfillment and the path leading to it available to every modern man. Bade Swamiji travelled almost the entire length of the country every year delivering spiritual discourses. Over the years, these discourses were released as books and audio and video CDs which are now available on the website samvidsamvad.org. Physical copies of books are available at 4 ashrams: Ahmedabad, Jodhpur, Mount Abu and Kacholi. In addition to the discourses and sahitya, Pujya Shri composed numerous bhajans and stotras which are regularly sung and chanted by the sadhakas. Bade Swamiji have gifted a treasury of timeless knowledge and innumerable gems of wisdom. Now, I would like to invite Abhinav to talk about the Samvid centers.
Over the years, as number of Samvid sadhakas grew, the following Samvid ashramas and centers were established: Samvid Dham, Jodhpur, Rajasthan; Samvid Sadhanashraya, Falodi, Rajasthan; Shankaralok Ashram, Ahmedabad; Abhignan and Rajat Girishwar Mahadev Mandir, Manali, Himachal Pradesh; Ishwar Ashraya, Kacholi, Rajasthan; Jalod Samvid Center; Samvid Vikas Kendra, Bangalore; Samvid Triveni, Chennai; Mahasarovar Samvid Nyas, USA. Samvid Dham, Jodhpur. The land for Samvid Dham Ashram was donated by late His Highness Swarup Singh Ji and Rani Usha Devi Ji. The ashram's current location was finalized by Bade Swamiji and accompanied by Param Pujya Srimad Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji. The main deities are Girishwar Mahadev and Bhagavati Giri Rajeshwari. The ashram is also home to Dakshinamurti Bhagwan, Samvid Acharyas of Parampara in the Guru Prangan, Dwadash Jyotirling, Navgraha and Amrit and Ashtamurti Van. The Pran Pratishtha of the Mandir took place in the year 2001 on the occasion of Durgashtami and in the divine presence of Bade Swamiji, Param Pujya Srimad Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji and Sri Ganeshan Giriji Maharaj. Last year in March, Samvid Dham hosted Atirudra Havan Anushthan in the divine presence of Param Pujya Narayan Swamiji and Param Pujya Srimad Satyajat Shankarashram Swamiji. संवित साधनाश्रय फलोदी। बड़े स्वामी जी 1986 में पहली बार फलोदी गए थे। 2006 में बड़े स्वामी जी के स्वर्ण संन्यास जयंती महोत्सव पर फलोदी आश्रम का लोकार्पण हुआ और मां भुवनेश्वरी और संविदेश्वर महादेव की स्थापना हुई। शंकरालोक आश्रम, अहमदाबाद। Shankaralok Ashram is located on the outskirts of Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, Gujarat. It is dedicated to Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya and has an 8-foot tall statue of Bhagwan Bhashyakara. The ashram was inaugurated in 2007 on the occasion of Shankar Jayanti. The ashram is home to Amriteshwar Mahadev Mandir and also houses Anusaya Library, Samvad, Bade Swamiji's room and Guru Mandir. In 2017, Somyag organized as a part of Bade Swamiji's Hirak Sannyas Jayanti Mahotsav. Bade Swamiji spent much of his later years at Shankaralok Ashram. Samvit Sadhana Ashram, Tiruvannamalai. The ashram came into being around the late 80s and early 90s, reflecting Bade Swamiji's deep affinity for Arunachal, where he spent a significant amount of time in Ekant and intense Upasana. Bhagwan Dakshinamurti, the Guru Swarup of Lord Shiva, is the main deity and the Shivling Pratishthit there is Dakshineshwar Mahadev Mandir. Many Samvit Shivers have been organized at this ashram with participation from both Samvit Sadhakas and Sadhakas from Chitrapur Mutt. In 2014, Bade Swamiji handed over the charge of ashram to Param Pujya Srimad Satyajat Shankarashram Swamiji. Ishwar Ashraya, Kacholi. For many years, the ashram was Bade Swamiji's abode for his Ajnatvas. The ashram's Lokarpan took place in 2014. It is home to Arbudeshwar Mahadev Mandir, Dakshinamurti Bhagwan and Mahaganapati. Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated as the Varshik Utsav for Ishwar Ashraya. Panchadev Upasana and Havan Anushtans were started from here with Bade Swamiji's Sankalp. Bade Swamiji cherished the view of Arunachal from the ashram and it is now Samadhi Sthal in the form of Amrit Ashtamurti Yatishwar Mahadev Mandir. Now I call Ayushi to conclude the presentation.
Conclusion. It was Pujya Shri's long-standing sankalp that finally fructified in February 2017 to recognize the role of Rishi Vashisht in establishing the divinity of Mount Abu, since it is not common knowledge. The Lokarpan was attended by over 150 Chitrapur Saraswats in the divine sannidhi of Param Pujya Srimad Satyajat Shankarashram Swamiji. We conclude this presentation by offering it to Pujya Shri's lotus feet and apologize for any mistakes we made. We would like to end with the short video of Pujya Shri Bade Swamiji's pictures over the years.
शत शत दीप जले संवित प्रदीप जले
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 आभामय संध्या के तट पर
आभामय संध्या के तट पर
ढलता सूरज उगते तारे
ढलता सूरज उगते तारे
कृत विराट के उन्नत पद का
विराट के उन्नत पद का
मंगलमय नीराजन करने
मंगलमय नीराजन करने
संधि जान कर सांध्य गान करे
संधि जान कर सांध्य गान कर
श्रद्धामय आराधन करने
श्रद्धामय आराधन करने
शत शत दीप जले धर्म प्रदीप जले शत शत दीप जले
संवित दीप जले
गहन तिमिरमय अनंत पथ पर
तिमिरमय अनंत पथ पर
एक पथिक गाता जाता है
एक पथिक गाता जाता है
उज्जवल चरण चिन्ह अंकित करे
उज्ज्वल चरण चिन्ह अंकित कर
तन्मयता उद्भासित करने
तन्मयता उद्भासित करने
प्रीति दान कर लय विधान करे
प्रीति दान कर लय विधान कर
ज्योतिर्मय आलोकन करने
ज्योतिर्मय आलोकन करने
शत शत दीप जले भक्ति प्रदीप जले
शत शत दीप जले संवित दीप जले
महामौन के धवल शिखर पर
महामौन के धवल शिखर पर
विमर्श उन्मुख स्वात्म स्रोत में
विमर्श उन्मुख स्वात्म स्रोत में
एक प्रसव पीड़ा पलती है
एक प्रसव पीड़ा पलती है
सर्जन लय की क्रीड़ा करने
सर्जन लय की क्रीड़ा करने
ज्योति पान कर दिव्य ध्यान करे
ज्योति पान कर दिव्य ध्यान कर
संविमय अरुणोदय करने
संविमय अरुणोदय करने
शत शत दीप जले ज्ञान प्रदीप जले
Firstly and foremostly to Swamiji for encouraging us for this presentation, and then Nidhi Didi, who was there throughout the presentation. She helped right from the beginning which sahityas to refer, where to look for what information, whom to get in touch with for what information, pictures and everything. Along with that, during the entire, all the practice sessions, she was there throughout, so big thanks to her. And Gunjan, the singer, she helped in collecting all the photographs 1.5 years back when we started working on this. So thank you